6 feet, 4 feet, and 2 feet. Okay, so we have a metal box, okay, where the upper lower is open, and all three sides are there, and the inner dimension means like this metal. Okay, upper top is open, and we are having the inner dimension, this inner dimension. Okay, this length, this breadth, and we have three sides, no? So we have height, like that we have three dimensions. Okay, inner side. Okay, if the metal is, if the metal is, if the metal is 0.1 feet thick, 0.1 feet thick, that means this thickness is 0.1, this thickness is 0.1, and this thickness is 0.1. This is a 2D I have done, but it should be 3D because it is a box. It is a box, so it will be 3D. In the 2D I am showing you. So these are the thickness of the metal box with respect to the height, with respect to the breadth, with respect to the length. Okay, thick. Thick. Find the approximate volume. Find volume find the approximate volume by using the differential, by using the differential. Okay, so you know the difference between differential and differentiation. Total differential, total differentiation, you know. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, solve it. Let us solve it. You have a metal box where the upper part is open, but three sides are there. Okay, and the thickness of the metal is 0.3. So if I say inner dimension is, suppose this is 6 feet. This is 6 feet. Then what will be the outer dimension? What will be the outer dimension?
6 plus 2 dx.
0.2. 6 plus 0.2, because this is 0.1. This is also 0.1. So if I add these two sides, then I will get the outer side dimension. Similarly, when I will go for upper, so what is, suppose I will tell this is 4 feet. Then what will be the outer dimension here? Since upper part is open, what will be the upper dimension?
4 plus
4 plus
0.1.
0.1.
4 plus 0.1.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So if you understand this one means this problem is easy. If you understand this one means you are through. Okay. So since the inner part is 6 feet, outer part will be the inner dimension plus the thickness of the metal box. Okay. So that is the thing we will do here. Now tell me, what is the formula for volume of a metal box with dimension x, y, z?
So x into y into z.
Y, Z.
Yeah, so that is nothing but x, y, z. So let x, y, and z are dimension of the metal box. Maybe x is length and y is breadth and z is height, or you can take any one. We are considering in general, suppose they are the dimensions. They are the dimensions. Dimension means, you understand, it may be length, it may be breadth, it may be height. Okay. So these are the dimensions. Then what is the volume? What will be the volume? X, Y, Z. Then the volume right here, then the volume V is equal to X, Y, Z. The volume V is equal to X, Y, Z. Okay. Now what is your function here? You tell me. Which one is the dependent variable? Which are the independent variable?
Sir, X
X,
are independent and V is dependent.
Yeah. So V is function of X, Y, Z. So how many independent variables are there?
Three.
V,
Yes, sir.
What are they?
X, Y, and Z.
Now, can you find the total differential for V? Can you find the total differential for V?
With respect to?
Yeah. Therefore, the total differential for V is, just see, if I have two variables, suppose I say U is function of X and Y, then how can we find du? Take your notebook and tell me. How can we find it? Total differential means only du. So what will be that? What will
Dou
be that?
U by dou X.
Yeah. So dou U by dou X into dx, dou U by dou Y into dy. So when U is function of X and Y, we are finding the total differential as like this. Now here V is function of X, Y, Z. So what will be the total differential? Now you tell me. Tell me.
Dou V by dou X into dx.
So the total differential dV is equal to d by dou X into dx, because X is one of the variable, independent variable, plus next one is dou V by dou Y into dy, because Y is another independent variable, and similarly dou V by dou Z into dz. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
You got it or not, everybody?
Yes,
Got
sir.
it, sir.
Okay. So if we have three variables, we can have a total differential in this manner. We will have a total differential in this way. Now you tell me, what is the partial derivative of V with respect to X? What is the partial derivative of V with respect to X?
By Z.
YZ.
Yeah?
YZ.
YZ.
We said this
YZ.
V with respect to X. So YZ will be constant. So what will be that? YZ and the dx will be there. Then what is the differentiation of V with respect to Y?
XZ.
XZ. Because XZ will be constant, then we will differentiate Y with respect to Y, means we will get 1. Is it fine?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So then this will be dy. This will be dy plus what will be the dou V dou Z?
XY.
XY. And what is the differential there? dz. What is the differential there? dz. Okay. Now you remember that this dx is nothing but thickness of the metal on both sides. This dx is nothing but thickness of the metal on both sides, and this dy is also thickness of the metal on both sides, and this dz is also thickness of the metal on both sides. Understood? So this is a small change. We denote the small change as delta x, no? Remember it? Do you remember
Yes,
it?
sir.
So
Yes,
the
sir.
delta x is nothing but dx. The delta x is nothing but dx. Okay, and we have to put the thing here. Now tell me what is the value of y and what is the value of z here. Suppose z is the smaller side. Suppose z is the smaller side, 2 feet. Okay, you can take any of them, no problem. But suppose I will take z is the small side. Then what will be the value of yz? Tell me.
Sir, 8.
8 into what will be the value of dx?
0.1.
0.1 you take, or you can take 0.2, because I am taking z is the height, so I am taking z is open on the, okay. So what will be this? 0.2. 0.2. So this is 8 feet, this is also 8 feet. So feet square you can see. Feet square plus what is the value of x, what is the value of z? First you consider this one x, this one y, this one z. Okay. So tell me what is your xz?
12. 12.
Yeah. So 12 feet square in 12 feet into, again y is having both side boundary, so I am putting 0.2 feet square. Okay. Then plus what will be the next one?
24.
24.
So this will be nothing but 24 into 0.1 feet square. Because one side is open, only one thing I am taking. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes.
Did you get my
Yes.
point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you simplify it and you find the answer. You simplify it and you find the answer. Okay. So what will be the answer? Can you tell me? Do you have calculator with you?
It's a 6.4.
6.4.
6.4.
6.4. 6.4 feet square.
Hello,
Square.
sir. The cube, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, it's feet
Sir, I
cube,
have a
sir.
doubt how the 0.2 came, sir.
0.2, just you see, this is the metal box with thickness. Here it is 0.1, here it is 0.1. So both sides it is bounded. So both sides we have a thickness 0.1 and 0.1. So total thickness will be 0.2.
Sir.
Understood?
Okay, sir.
Similarly, with respect to y, if you see the chalk box, it has length, breadth, and height. If the inner part of the chalk box is empty, it will have a thickness. Yes or no?
Yes,
You
sir.
see this box itself, you see.
Yes, sir.
Suppose I will not consider the upper as closed. So this upper part is open. Okay. Upper part is open. So I will have a thickness of this side, this side, this side, this side. Okay. And I will have a thickness of this height also. Understood? And similarly, I will have thickness of down, but not top. Okay. So when I will consider the top thing, only one side thickness will be added. Only one side thickness will be added. But when I am taking other sides, length, breadth, and height, I will consider 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Because this, if I consider this face, this is 0.1 thickness. Again, this is 0.1 thickness. So I am having two faces similar. So 0.2. Similarly, if I consider this face thickness is 0.1. Again, I am having the similar face here, back side. So that also 0.1. So total thickness will be 0.1, 0.1, 0.2. Okay. But when I will consider the down one, I will have only one surface. This open face is, this upper face is open. Means there is no cover. Okay. And so I have to consider only 0.1. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, there will be feet cube, sir. So because we are finding volume, sir, there should be feet
Right.
cube.
It may be a cube. It may be a cube. Okay. So that's why it is a cube. X, Y, Z is a cube. Length into breadth into height. Okay. No, it is not. It will be X cube.
Excuse me, sir.
The unit, sir.
The unit should be feet cube, sir.
Cube. Why?
So because
So
we are
because you are
multiplying
multi-
three
You wrote
times,
feet square, sir. It must be cube.
three values.
This will be cube. This will be cube. Okay. This will be cube. Fine. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So like this, we can use the differential. Now, I told you how to use the differentiation, total differentiation, how to use the total differential. Okay. Now with that, we will go for other topic, homogeneous function. We will go to other topic, which is homogeneous function. This also you may be knowing, because in the intermediate level, generally this topic is coming, homogeneous function. Okay, if I say, definitely you will recall it. I hope so. Homogeneous function. I have uploaded the PPT. Have you gone through it? Second unit PPT I have uploaded. Whether you anybody saw it? In the GCR, I have uploaded the second unit PPT. If you don't see that one, means it will be useless, because I am giving it for your convenience. If you go through it and if you attend the class, easily you can, your task will be reduced. Okay. So please, after ending the class, you go through the thing, whatever thing I am teaching here, whether you are able to understand from the PPT or not, you see. Okay. Then only your thing will be less, means your task will be less. Otherwise, don't wait for the end semester examination. Okay. You finish the today's work today itself, you complete, if there is no problem. Okay. If you have some emergency situation, then you can cover up the today's thing tomorrow by giving extra time. But if possible, you complete the today's work today's itself. Okay. Please go through the PPT. It will be very much useful for you. Fine. Are you getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir, up to what portion will come in CT1, sir?
CT1 will be only unit 1, but
Matrices.
matrices. But
Okay.
in between CT1 to CT2, we will get very less time, and within that time we have to complete 2 units. Understood?
Okay, sir.
For unit 1, we got around 1 month and 15 days or something, 20 days like that. But for the second CT, we will get around 20 days or maximum 1 month. So within 1 month, we cannot complete 2 units. So that's why we started the second unit. If second unit finish, we will start third unit also. But there is no chance of finishing the second unit before your CT1. So whatever portion remain, we will complete in between CT1 and CT2. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, do you have any idea, sir, when will this CT1 will be conducted, sir?
No, you did not get the schedule?
No, sir.
No, schedule is distributed to everybody. You can say.
No, sir, we haven't got the schedule yet.
Sir, we have got, but that is tentative, sir.
Tentative only. During that time, maybe 3-4 days here and there, but it will be like that only. Okay. Because everybody completed unit in every section, all teacher completed unit 1. Okay. So from the teacher side, there is no problem. So only it depends upon the examination cell, how they are going to conduct the thing. Okay. But you don't bother about the examination. Before 1 week, you will be knowing it. Okay. So you can prepare by that time. Understood? So homogeneous function. Homogeneous means, homo means, do you know what is the meaning of homo? Homogeneous.
The uniform throughout, sir.
Uniform. Homo means same. Homo means same. Homogeneous means like uniform. Okay. So homogeneous function. Under which condition a function is said to be homogeneous function, right? A function f of xy. A function f of xy means I am saying about two variables. You can extend the concept to 3 variables, 4 variables, whatever variables are there, how many variables are there, you can extend the thing, no problem. Okay. So a function f of xy is said to be homogeneous function. A function f of xy is said to be homogeneous function of degree n. Of degree n. N is positive integer. N is positive integer. You can write positive integer. You may be knowing what is the meaning of positive integer. What is the meaning of positive integer? Can you tell me what is the meaning of positive integer?
Natural number.
Positive number.
Positive integer means natural number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all those things. Okay. So n is any natural number. In that place, I am writing positive integer. So homogeneous function of degree n, if it can be expressed as, if it can be expressed as f of xy is equal to x to the power n, again phi of y by x. Y by x. So we can take common x, okay, and after taking x common, we will get a function of y by x. Y by x like a single variable, some p, q, anything. Okay. So if we take x common from these terms, this function, and we should get a uniform degree x to the power n for both x and y. Okay. And the remaining function should be function of y by x. Should be function of y by x. For example, you see, suppose I will give you f of xy is equal to x square minus y plus y square. Now, how can we check whether this is homogeneous or not? How can we check? Although you are seeing that the degree is 2, in both the term degree is 2, so it is homogeneous. But using this thing, how can you able to know that it is homogeneous and what is the degree? What is the degree? Okay. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, according to this one, what we will do? What is the x value we have to take out? So what is the x value here individually?
Sir, x square will take out common.
X square we can take out. Then what will be the remaining term? 1 plus y
Y square by x square.
by x square. Y square by x square. And so we can write x square into 1 plus y by x whole square. So it is a function of y by x, isn't it? 1 is there, so no problem. Total is function of y by x. And so we can write it x square into phi of y by. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes.
So you see this part. After taking x square, the remaining term should be in the form of y by x. This one is there, so we can say 1 plus x. This is equivalent to f of x, no? Yes or no? If I say f of x equal to 1 plus x, that means what? This one is also included. This one is also included in the function. In the similar way, this total term I can denote it as phi of y by x. Please tell me whether everybody understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If anybody has any doubt, please ask me. Once again, I will tell you.
Once again, sir.
One second, very good. So what I am saying is, if f of xy is a function, suppose x square plus y square, okay? F of xy is a function x square plus y square. Then, if we can able to write that function in the form x to the power n, n is positive integer, okay, into phi of y by x. Phi of y by x, what is the meaning of f of x means? This is some function of x or not? Do you understand this one? It is not the thing that f of x means only x or x square or like that. It may be 1 plus x square, 1 minus x square, 2 minus x square, anything. That constant is also included in the function. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In the similar way, what I am saying, I can take the term x with the corresponding degree, okay? And as a result, if I say this like this, y cube by x square, whether it is homogeneous, just I will come to that one. I will first do this one, then I will come to this one. So you see, I have to take x common. So what is the x here? What is the minimum degree of x here? Minimum degree term, x has the minimum degree x should be taken out. So what is the minimum degree of x here?
X square.
2.
Take x square common. Okay? X square common means here from this term I take x square common. So what is the remaining term here?
1.
1.
And from this term also I am taking x square common. So what will be the term there?
Y square by x square.
Plus y square by x square. So up to this it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now x square is there. Okay? This is equivalent to 1 plus y by x whole square. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if this total term is nothing but function of y by x, we can express them as a function of y by x. So what I am writing, that I am writing as x square phi of y by x. This is similar to like this, f of x is equal to 1 plus x square. Similar to f of x equal to 1 plus x square. In place of x, I am having y by x. So I should have a function phi of y by x. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You see, f of x equal to 1 plus x square. When I am having 1 plus x square, I am writing f of x. So when I will have 1 plus y by x whole square, how can I write it? Please try to understand. When I am having 1 plus x square, I can write it f of x. So when x square is here, I am writing f of x. So similarly, how can I write it? You tell me now. In place
F of y.
F of y by x.
y. So how can I write it? F of y by x. Now it is
Okay,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I can write it phi of x square into phi of x. Just you compare this expression with this. Whether they are similar?
Yes.
Okay. Then what is there in place of n?
Sir, 2.
2.
So how can you say this one f of xy equal to x square plus y square? Whether homogeneous or no?
Sir, homogeneous of degree 2.
Homogeneous, sir.
Yeah, very good. It is an homogeneous function of degree 2. It is an homogeneous function of degree 2. Again, I will take here, suppose it is y cube. It is y cube. Then what is the minimum degree of x? You tell me here. What is the minimum degree of x?
X square.
X square. So x square I can take out. Okay. Now what is the remaining term? 1 And what will be the remaining term here?
Y cube by x square.
Y cube by x square. So is this term are uniform?
No, sir.
Y cube by
No,
x
sir.
square is not uniform.
No, sir.
So is it a homogeneous function?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Homogeneous function. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Everybody got it now?
Yes.
Okay. So like this we have to decide. Let us take another example. Example is test for homogeneity. Test for homogeneity. Homogeneity for the function u equal to sine inverse of x square minus y square divided by x plus y or x minus y, x plus x minus y. Whether this function is homogeneous or not, we have to check. We have to check. So how can we check it? This is one of the important question. Okay. Then how can we check? Remember, whenever it is homogeneous term is coming, you have to write that function in the form x to the power n phi of y by x. In the form we have to write. Whether it is possible to write this expression in that form. Whether it is possible to write in that form. So what
Yes,
you will
sir.
do, if this is the thing, then what you do, first you write sine u. So this inverse you bring to this side. This inverse you bring to this side. So sine u is equal to x square minus y square divided by x minus y. Divided by x minus y. And we can consider this one as another function f of u. This one as another function f of u. Now we have to consider, we have to check the homogeneity of the function f of u. Okay. Instead of checking the homogeneity of u, now we have to check the homogeneity of f of u. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
So if this type of problem will come, what you do, you first take this one to this side or multiply sign throughout the equation. So this side will be some function and that is equal to x square minus y square by x minus 1. Now is it possible to check whether the function fu is homogeneous or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Now how can you do it? That implies f of u is equal to, now tell me, in the denominator, what is the minimum degree of x?
1.
1, sir.
In the denominator, numerator,
2.
Square,
sir.
sir.
2.
X square.
from the numerator you take x square common, and so what will be the remaining term?
1 minus y by x whole square.
Minus square by x square. Okay. In the, what is the minimum degree of x?
X.
1, sir.
1. So what we will do? We will take x common. So what is the remaining term?
1 minus y by x.
1 minus y by x. Now, in the numerator x square is there, in the denominator x is there. So we can write x. We can write x. Now, for what will happen to the remaining case? You see, here what is the
Sir.
variable now? What is the
The
variable?
function and
Y by x. What is the variable here now?
Y by x.
Y by
So total thing will be nothing but function of y by x. Now total thing will be now function of y by x. Did you get my point?
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Okay. So now tell me whether the function f is homogeneous or not.
Homogeneous, sir.
It is homogeneous of degree
1.
1.
1. Because here x is having degree 1. X is having degree 1. Is it fine?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am giving a problem. You just see and immediately you tell me. Okay. You work out in the note and you tell me what will be the thing. Then we will go for the other thing. So suppose f of xy is equal to x cube plus y cube divided by x square minus y square. Now whether it is homogeneous or not, tell me.
It is homogeneous, sir.
Yes, sir. It is.
From the numerator, what is the minimum degree of x?
3.
X cube.
X
That's a
cube.
numerator. Okay.
When
Excellent.
if you take x cube common, what will be the remaining term?
1 plus y cube by x cube.
Y cube by x cube. Then from the denominator, what will you take out?
X square.
X square. And then what is the remaining term?
1 minus y
One.
square by x square.
1 minus y square by x square. Then tell me what is the final term here? X cube by x square is x. Okay. And then what will be the other thing? Tell me.
5y by x.
I of y minus x, because here y minus x is the variable, here y minus x is the variable. Okay, so total will be the function of y by x. So this is a homogeneous function of degree
1.
1.
1. This is a homogeneous function of degree 1.
1.
Okay, now similarly if I say, suppose this is x cube, this is y cube, and suppose this is x cube and this is y square. Tell me whether it is homogeneous or not.
Sir, non-homogeneous.
Not homogeneous, sir.
Because if I take x cube common, 1 plus y4 by x cube, and similarly if I take x cube common, then what? 1 minus y square by x cube. So these are not of the form y by x. Y by x means a single variable. Can you write this one as y by x? Because degree of y is different, degree of x is different. Suppose y square by x cube, we want to write in the form of y by x. Then y by x, y square x square into 1 by x. So this 1 by x is also there. This 1 by x will be also there. So it is not completely in the form of y by x. It is not in the complete form of y by x. Okay. So in shortcut, you see that if the degree of the numerator terms are equal, if it is 3, it is 3. If the degree of the denominator terms are equal, whatever degree of x may be, it is equal. Then without any test also you can say it is homogeneous. It is homogeneous. Okay. So this is the homogeneous thing. For the multiple choice thing, it is useful. We will give a function and we will ask you to know whether it is homogeneous, non-homogeneous, something else. Okay. So if you don't know this concept, it is very difficult to answer the thing. Okay. Now, Euler's theorem. Using the homogeneity, we have a theorem which is called Euler's theorem. So this Euler theorem is useful only for homogeneous function. This Euler theorem is only useful for homogeneous function. If, what is the statement of that one? Let us see. If u is a homogeneous function, if u is a function, homogeneous function, u is homogeneous function of degree n. If u is a function, homogeneous function of degree n, that means u can be written as like this: x to the power n into pi of y by x. Whenever I am saying u is a homogeneous function of degree n, you immediately imagine that u can be written in the form like this. Okay. If we can't write the u in this form, then we can't say u is homogeneous. Understood now? So u is a function, homogeneous function of degree n. So degree n, then x dou u by dou x plus y dou u by dou y is equal to n into u. N into u. What is your n here? What is your n?
Degree.
Degree of the function. Homogeneous
Degree,
function.
sir.
And what is u? What is
Function.
The function.
Homogeneous function.
the function itself? The function itself. So what is the meaning of this one means? If we take the partial derivative of the function u with respect to x and multiply it with x, and if we take the partial derivative of u with respect to y and if you multiply with y, if we take their sum, that will be nothing but the degree time the function. Degree time the function. If n is 1, it will be 1 into u itself. Okay. If n is 2, you will have 2 into u. If n is 3, you will have 3 into u. Like that you will get. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is the theorem which is useful for only homogeneous function. Okay. Now similarly, if we take the second order derivative, x square dou square u by dou x square dou square u by dou x square plus 2xy dou square u partial derivative with respect to x and partial derivative with respect to y plus y square the partial derivative of u with respect to y 2 times is equal to. Now this will be no more n. If we take x to the power n 2 times derivative, what will be the expression we get?
N square.
Tell me d square by dx square x to the power n. What will be the value?
n into n minus 1 into x to the power n minus 2.
So that will be n into n minus 1 into x to the power n minus into x to the power n minus 2. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this thing we will take here. So that will be nothing but you write n into n minus 1 into u. N into n minus 1 into u, because we are taking the second order derivative of the function u. So if it is function of x means n minus 2 will be there. N minus 2 means this 2, that 2 will be cancel, again x to the power n we will get. Okay. Similarly here x and y, both the things we will multiply with respect to x, x to the power n minus 1. With respect to y, y to the power n minus 1, if we multiply that one, we will get degree n. And similarly here also degree n. And so we will get the value u. So n into n minus 1 u. This is the case of second order derivative. And this is called Euler theorem. This is called Euler theorem. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anybody from girl side? Janvi?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yeah. Are you getting?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will work out a problem using this theorem. We will work out a problem using this theorem. Okay, the theorem proof is not needed. Just we will solve a problem using the statement. So example is if u equal to, if the previous example only, if u equal to sine inverse of x square minus y square divided by x minus y, if u equal to this, okay, u equal to this, then so that x dou u by dou x plus y dou u by dou v dou y is equal to n into 10u. N into 10u. What is the question? Sorry, only 10u, not n, 10u. Okay. So this is the question. You have to show that x into dou u by dou x plus y into dou u by dou y is equal to 10u. You have to show this one. But I have told you, if u equal to something inverse of something, first of all, what you do?
Sin u equals
You
to
have to find sin u. Then you have to test the homogeneity for that. And if that sin u is homogeneous, for that function we have to prove the Euler theorem. Understood what I said? The previous problem we did. Previous problem what I did? U equal to sin inverse of x square minus y square divided by x minus y. So we did not check the homogeneity of u. Instead, what we checked? Instead,
We
what
check the homogeneity of sin u.
you check the homogeneity of sin u. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So sin u is homogeneous. We don't say about u. We can say because sin u equal to this is equivalent to u equal to sin inverse of that. So if we reduce that one to sin u, whatever nature of sin u will be there, sin inverse of x square minus y square by x minus y will be the same thing. Okay. So sin u will be what? X square minus y square x minus y. So that will be used here. This can be written as given u equal to sin inverse of x square minus y square divided by x minus y. This is the given thing. And this implies, what implies? Sin u is equal to x square minus y square divided by x minus. Is it fine?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can't we simplify the right hand side? The right hand side will be equal to x plus y.
Where? This one?
Sir, no, the next statement or that statement as well. Sir, sin u equal to x square minus y square divided by x minus y.
Yes.
Sir, we
And
can
you
simplify the right hand side. No?
Yes, you can simplify. You can simplify, not a problem. Okay. You can simplify it, not a problem. You are writing a minus b into a plus b now.
Yes, sir.
You can do it, but in the present form also you can do. There is no need of simplifying and doing that one. Okay. In the present
Okay,
form also you do, but you can do in that way also. There is not a problem. Okay. So sin u equal to x square minus y square by x minus y. What do we know? Whether it is homogeneous or not?
It is homogeneous.
It is homogeneous. So we know that sin u is homogeneous. Sin u is homogeneous. Then in place of u, if sin u is homogeneous, in place of u, which one we will put? Tell me. Here you see, if u is homogeneous, we write x into dou u by dou x plus y into dou u by dou y is equal to n into u. So here sin u is homogeneous with degree. What will be the degree?
Degree 1.
Degree 1. So sin u is homogeneous with degree 1. So now you try to understand, if u is homogeneous, the Euler theorem says that x into dou u by dou x plus y into dou u by dou y is equal to n into u. This is the statement of Euler theorem, isn't it? But now you say here we are not able to check the homogeneity of u. We are not able to check the homogeneity of u. So what we did?
To check the homogeneity of sine u.
Check the homogeneity of u, sine u. We check the homogeneity of sine u. So sine u is homogeneous. Then definitely sine u will satisfy this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Since sine u is homogeneous, whatever homogeneous function it may be, in place of u, if I put that one, it should satisfy this.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree
Yes.
with me or not?
Yes, sir.
So sine u is homogeneous with degree 1. Therefore, x dou by dou x. In place of u, what should we write? What
The
should we
right hand
write?
side.
No. In
X
place
square.
of u, what should we write here?
Sine u.
Sine u.
Okay. Because why? Why we are writing sine u?
Because sine u is homogeneous.
Homogeneous. Very good. And then y into dou by dou y into what value we will write? Again
Sine
sine
u.
u. Again
Sine u.
sine u. And that is equal to, what is the degree of sine u?
1.
1.
One homogeneous function of degree 1, no? So what is the degree there?
1.
1.
Into u. In place of u, what are you writing?
Sine u.
Sine u.
So far it is clear to everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Since if u is homogeneous, we can have x dou u by dou x plus y dou u by dou y is equal to n into u. But here sine u is homogeneous, so we have to write in terms of sine u. So that's why sine u this one. Fine. Now u is a function of x and y. U is a function of x and y. So what will be the partial derivative of sine u with respect to u? What will be the partial derivative of sine u with respect to x? Tell me. With
Sir,
respect
1.
to, yes?
1.
First find
Sir,
the derivative of sine u. Chain rule.
Cos
First
u.
find the derivative of means u is
Y,
function of x and y. Okay. Now here we are finding dou by dou x of sine u. Dou by dou x of sine u. Okay. So what we will do? We will first find the derivative of sine. We can write in this way. Dou by, we will come to the point later. Sine u into dou u by dou x. We can write in this way. Because sine u is the function of u and u is the function of x. Chain rule we will come after this. Okay. So now you first find the derivative of, now simple example I am giving, d by dx of sin ax. What is the answer, you tell me? Then it will be clear.
Cos ax into a.
A cos x.
What you are doing then? What you are doing? First you are finding the derivative of sine. What is the sine? Cos ax. Derivative of sine ax is cos ax. Then what are you doing? You are finding the derivative of x. You are finding the derivative of x, and so you are getting a cos ax. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Are you
Yes,
getting
sir.
it? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
In the similar way, I am saying that dou by dou x of sine u. What you do? First you find the derivative of sine. What is the derivative of sine?
Cos.
Cos u. And then what is the remaining variable?
U.
U. So what will be that? Dou u by dou x. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, if I find with respect to y, because u is function of x, okay? So what will be the derivative of sin u? Tell me with respect to y. What will be the answer?
Cos
Yes.
u dou u by dou y.
Very good. Dou u by dou y. Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay. So we will put there that thing. So this implies x into derivative of this one is cos u dou u by dou x plus y cos u dou u by dou y is equal to right hand side will be nothing but sin u. Right hand side will be nothing but sin u. And so, what is the common in between these two terms?
Cos u.
Cos u. So cos u is common. What is the remaining term? X dou u by dou x plus y dou u by dou y is equal to sin u. Now what is our requirement? What is our requirement? Our
Tan.
requirement is x dou u by dou x plus y dou u by dou y. What will be that value? Tell me.
Tan u.
Tan u.
Nothing but sin u divided by cos u. Sin by cos is what?
Tan.
10. So that is 10. That is nothing but 10u. Understood?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if the function is homogeneous, we can use the Euler theorem statement to prove the thing. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will discuss chain rule. Maybe you forgot, but already you might have read this one. I hope so. Chain rule. Chain rule. Okay. If z is function of x and y, if z equal to f of x y, where x and y are functions of two other variables. Functions of two other variables, say u and v. U and v. U and v. Then dou z by dou x. So what is the relation you are having? Now z is function of x and y. Z is function of x and y. Again, x is function of u and v, and y is function of u and. So this is the relation you are having. So when you are finding the derivative of z with respect to u, not x, the derivative of z, that means you are finding the derivative of z with respect to the terminal variable u and v. Middle variables are x and y. So z and u, v are connected by x and y. Okay. So if we find the derivative of z with u and v, we should go through the middle variable x and y. So there will be a chain. Okay. So when we are finding the derivative of z with respect to u and v, we should go through the chain x and y. Okay. the variable x and y. So let us find the derivative of z with respect to u. You see, z is function of x. There is no direct link between z and u. How z and u are related? How z and u are related?
By x.
Through x and through y. Okay. So when we will find the derivative of the dependent variable z with respect to u, what we will do? Dou z by dou u equal to, we will find dou z by dou x into dou x by dou u plus dou z by dou y into dou y by dou u. That means z and u are related through x and y. This is partial derivative with respect to u. This is partial derivative with respect to dou z by dou. This is with respect to x. This is with respect to y. So this is called chain rule. This is called chain rule. Okay. So we are going to find the derivative of this z with respect to u. So we have to go through x and we have to go through y and then we have to go to this relation. So with this relation we are having dou z by dou x. Z is directly related to x and x is directly related to u. Similarly, z is directly related to y and y is directly related to u. Okay. Similarly, can you tell me now dou z by dou v? What will be that? Tell me now. If you understand
Dou
this,
z by dou x.
yes, tell me what will be that?
Dou z by dou x.
Dou z by dou x.
Dou x by dou v.
Dou x by dou
V.
v plus
Dou z by dou y.
dou z by dou y into
Dou y by dou v.
dou y by dou v. Dou y by dou v. Okay. So if the variables z and xy are related to each other through this relation, then the chain rule will be nothing but this one. Chain rule will be nothing but this one. Okay. So we are finding the derivative of the original dependent variable with respect to the terminal independent variable. Dou z by dou u. Okay. Dou z by. So if the relation is like this, z is function of u and v, and u is function of xy, v is function of xy, then how can we find the derivative of dou z by dou x? Can you tell me?
So dou z by dou
Z by dou u.
Yes, tell me.
Dou z by dou u.
So dou z by dou.
Through u and v. This is z, this is xy. So how they are related? Through u and v. So what will be the partial derivative of z with respect to x? Now tell me. Dou z
By dou u.
Yes. Dou z by.
Dou u.
Please reply me.
Dou z by dou u.
Dou u, sir.
U by dou x plus dou z by dou v into dou v by dou x. So depending upon the relation, you have to use the chain rule. It is not like that, that always the chain will be like this, depending upon the relation between them. So similarly, what will be dou z by dou y? Can you tell me? Tell me.
Dou z by dou u.
Z by dou
Dou u into dou u by dou y plus dou z by dou v into dou v by dou. Okay. So depending upon the relation, you can have the chain rule. So you never think that this is the chain rule always, it will be like this. Or you cannot say that the chain rule will be always like this. It depends upon the variable. It depends upon the variable, how they are related to each other. Okay? Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I will do one example here. What is the time now?
Ten six, sir.
10:06, no? Oh, we have time, so we can cover it. Okay. So now I will work out a problem here. If u equal to x square minus y square, v equal to 2xy, and f of xy is equal to phi of u comma v. Phi of u comma v. Then so that dou square f by dou x square plus dou square f by dou y square is equal to 4 into x square plus y square into dou square phi by dou u square, dou square phi by dou u square plus dou square phi by dou v square. So what is the meaning of dou square f by dou x square? Now tell me. What is the meaning of dou square phi by dou square f by dou x square?
Sir, double differentiation.
Partial derivative.
Double partial derivative of the function f of xy. Okay. Similarly, dou square phi by dou u square. What is the meaning of that?
Double partial
Double
derivative.
partial derivative.
Of the function phi. Phi is function of which variables?
Oh, u and v, sir.
F is function of which variables?
X and y, sir.
Now, what is the relation between x and y, x, y, and uv? What is the relation you have to find? What is the relation you see? Huh? What will be the relation? Here u is function of x, y. Okay, and v is also function of x, y. So what is the starting original variable?
X, y, sir.
X, y. The starting variables are x and y. So here we can say anything f. Here we can say any function f, and that function f is nothing but what?
U and v.
And v, and u and v are both a function of
Right.
x and y. If you state this relation, means your idea will be clear and you can able to do the problem. So that's why I am telling frequently, you understand the relation, establish the relation between the given functions, and then you will have a clear idea of the thing what you are going to do. Is it fine? Why I am writing in this way means, you see, u is x square minus y square given, v is 2xy, it is given. That means u in terms of xy, v in terms of xy. From there we can able to see that u will be function of xy, v will be function of xy. Okay, and if we relate them, we will get something phi uv or f of xy, because f of xy is equal to phi of uv. You can write phi also there, but here our starting left hand side is f, so I am starting with f, because by taking the left hand side I want to show the right hand side. That's why I have written the function f. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will prove it. Now we will prove it. Now can you tell me what will be dou f by dou x through uv? Because you know f is function of u and v, and uv are function of x and y. Now can you tell me what will be dou f by dou x?
Sir, dou f by dou u
Yeah,
into dou u by dou x.
dou u into
Dou u by dou x.
dou u by dou x plus, next term, chain rule I am using. Next term, another variable
Dou
is
f by dou v.
so another variable is v. So what will be that?
F by dou v.
Dou f by dou v into dou v by dou x. Don't write here y, because we are differentiating with respect to x. Everywhere the differentiation should be x. Don't you bring y here. Okay. So now dou f by dou x equal to this. But you know what is the value of this one? Okay, let it be there so that you can easily tell me. uv x y x y. Now what will be the value of dou u by dou x from here? What is the value of dou u by dou x from here?
2x.
2x.
Sir, 2x.
2x.
2x. And dou f by dou u you don't know. You don't know. Okay. Plus, what is the value of dou v by dou x from here?
Sir,
2y.
2y.
2y. So 2y, and you don't know what is dou f by dou v. What is dou f by dou v? Dou f by dou v. You don't know that. Up to this it is fine.
Yes, sir.
Then find dou f by dou y. What will be the chain rule here? What will be the chain rule here?
Sir, just replace dou x with dou y.
Dou f by dou u. Yes. Dou u by
Dou x.
no x
Sorry, dou y,
Dou y.
dou y, sir.
plus. Next one is dou f by dou v into dou v by dou y. Dou v by dou y. Now tell me what is the value of dou u by dou y here?
Minus 2y, sir.
Minus 2y. And you don't know what is the value of dou f by dou u. What is the value of dou f by dou u? You don't know, but you know this one. Then dou v by dou y. What is the value?
2y, sir. Sorry, 2x.
Derivative of v with respect to y. What is that?
2x, sir.
2x, sir.
Yes. And you don't know what is dou f by dou v. What is dou f by dou v? Okay. But we need second order derivative. We got first order derivative. And so that implies dou square f by dou x square. Dou square f by dou x square. We can write it as dou by dou x of dou f by dou x. Of dou f by dou x. Okay. Now can you tell me what will be the chain rule of this one? What will be the chain rule of this one using like that? So suppose I will consider this one as some function, say, you can say any
Yes,
function. Suppose I will take p. Suppose I will take p. So if I consider this one is p. If I consider this one is p, and suppose I will consider this one is q. So what is this actually? You tell me.
So dou p by dou u.
Dou x into p. Dou p by dou x. Isn't it?
Sir.
Again,
Yes,
p u and v. P is function of u and v. U and v are function of x and y. So what will be the chain rule of this one?
So dou p by dou u
Yeah.
into dou u by
Into dou u by dou
x.
plus dou p by dou v into dou v by dou x. Okay. Now you tell me What is dou P by dou U? What is dou U by dou X? What is dou U by dou X? So from here itself you can use the chain rule. From here also you can use the chain rule. Otherwise you can do in this way. There is not at all problem. But it will be a confusing. You have to replace once again. Again you have to find the thing P equal to this one. Okay. Anyhow you can do it, no problem. So now you tell me what is the value of dou U by dou X. What is the value of dou U by dou X?
2x, sir.
2x into dou P by dou U into dou P by dou U. And similarly here, dou P by dou X is 2y dou P by dou V. Dou P by dou V. Now what you do? 2x into 2x into 2x into dou by dou U. What is P? What is P?
Dou F by dou X.
F dou x.
Dou F by dou X means what is the total this thing? What is total thing?
2x dou F by dou U plus 2y dou F by dou V.
Dou F by dou U plus 2y dou F by dou Y. Isn't it? This is your P plus 2y into what is dou P by dou V? 2y into dou by dou V of P is how much? The same thing.
Same, sir.
2x dou F by dou U plus 2y dou F by dou V. Okay. After the thing you are putting P. Value of P you are putting. P is 2x dou F by dou U plus 2y dou F by dou Y. And again here also 2x by dou F by dou U, 2y into dou F by dou V. You can do in this way, or here itself you can do directly. The chain rule you can use. Okay. So now, what will be the final answer here? You tell me. You tell me what will be the final answer. Now you have a direct relation between U and F. You have a direct relation between U and F. So when you find the product of these two, you will have 4x square, 2x into 2x. Okay, and this one will be, this 2x will be constant with respect to U. So 2x I am taking out, and then I am multiplying here dou square F by dou U square. Dou square F by dou U square. And similarly,
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the second equation, sir, it's like plus 2y into df by dv, right?
Oh yeah. What is the thing?
At the last statement, sir.
This one.
No, sir, the last.
Yeah, here.
No, sir, before that. Before, sir, at 2x df by d.
By dou V, because I am replacing only P.
No, sir, that when you're putting that df by dx, sir.
Oh, you are asking this one.
So I'm asking the next statement, right? 2x d by du of 2x df by d.
Oh, this one you are asking.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What is the problem here?
Sir, at the 2y df by dv will come, right, sir?
dV it will come. Yeah, it will be dV. Yes, correct. It will be dV. Okay. So 2x dou by dou U, this will be dV, not y. Correct. And so what is the thing? 4x square dou square F by dou U square. And next one will be plus 4xy dou square F. We are having derivative with respect to U as well as V. So we can say dou U dou V. Okay. Plus what will be the next term? 4xy. And then this is with respect to V, this is with respect to U. Dou square F divided by dou V dou U. and then plus 4y square dou square f by dou v square by dou v square. Okay, so this will be the thing. Is it fine? So far it is fine or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here what we will do, you see we need in terms of phi, we need in terms of phi, but we are having f equal to phi. We are having f equal to phi. So when I am finding dou f by dou x, better we will denote it as phi. Better we will denote it as phi because phi is directly related to u. Phi is directly related to u and phi is directly related to v. So here in place of f you can write phi. You can write phi. Okay, that you make because f equal to phi. So this will be p, this will be q, and so we can have here this is phi, this is also phi, this is also phi, and this is also phi. And so finally we will have dou square by phi, phi, and phi. This one is also phi. Okay. So this is second derivative of f with respect to x. Now let us find the second derivative of f with respect to y. So dou square f by dou y square, that is equal to dou by dou y of dou f by dou y, and so dou by dou y of q. Dou y by dou by dou y of q. Now what is the chain rule here? What will be the chain rule? Tell me. Dou q by dou u into dou u by dou y plus dou q by dou v into dou v by dou y. Okay, and so dou y, what is the value of dou u by dou y from the given question? Tell me. From the given question, what is dou u by dou y?
Sir, 2y.
2y.
X square minus y square. So what is dou u by dou y?
Minus 2y.
Minus 2y. And here dou q by dou u. Then what is dou v by dou y?
2x.
2x. So 2x dou q by dou v. Dou q by dou v. Now you replace q by the expression. What expression? The partial derivative of x with respect to y. And so this is equal to 2y into, tell me what is dou q by dou u? What is dou q by dou u? We can say dou by dou u into what is the value of q?
Dou phi by dou u.
That is nothing but
Dou phi by dou u. Dou u by dou phi.
Something will be here. You check properly. What is dou f by dou y? You tell me
Minus
that.
2y.
Huh?
Minus 2y.
Minus?
2y.
No, you are finding. I am asking what we consider q. What is the value of q?
Minus 2y dou phi by dou u.
Yes, tell me. 2y dou
Dou
phi
phi
by
by dou u.
dou
Dou
u.
u.
Then
Plus 2x.
plus 2x
Dou phi by dou v.
dou phi by dou v. Yes, this is our
It's
q.
minus 2y, sir.
Minus 2y.
Yes, sir.
Minus 2y. Okay. What is the
There also, sir. Minus 2y there also, sir.
which one will be 0?
Sir,
So it is
minus again.
minus 2y, sir. So before,
Minus 2y dou phi by dou u. Am I correct?
so yes, sir. Before the first two minus 2y.
Equal to, after equal to.
After equal to, sir.
After equal to, this will be minus 2. Okay, minus 2y is there. Minus 2y. Minus 2y dou phi by dou u plus 2x dou phi by dou v. Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So 2x into what is the cube? Minus 2y dou phi by dou u plus dou 2x dou phi by dou v. Now you simplify it, what are you getting? Minus minus plus. So 4y square, and this one will be dou square phi by dou u square. And this one will be minus, what will be this? 4xy dou square phi, here with respect to u, here with respect to v. So dou u dou v. And here minus 4xy dou square phi. Sorry, here I forgot to write dou by dou v, because dou q by dou v. So here with respect to u, v, here with respect to u. So dou v dou u, and this one will be plus 4x square dou square phi by dou v. Okay, so simplify it, you will get 4y square dou square phi by dou u square, and this one will be minus 8xy dou square phi by dou u dou v, and plus 4x square dou square phi by dou v square. Okay, now this is the value of dou square f by dou x square, and this is the value of dou square f by dou y square. Now what will be the value of dou square f by dou x square plus dou square f by dou y square? What will be the sum? What will be the sum? This plus this. Which terms is getting cancelled? Can you tell me?
So
Sir,
4x
xy term.
dou
So
square.
this one getting cancelled, and this one getting cancelled. So what are the remaining terms? Can you tell me?
Sir, x square and y square terms.
4x square dou square phi by dou u square, and 4y square dou square phi by dou v square, and here 4y square dou square phi by dou u square, and here 4x square dou square phi by dou v square. Now what are the coefficient of dou square phi by dou u square? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? I am adding these two. So here
Sir,
dou square
four.
phi by dou u square is there. Now what is the other term? Dou square phi by dou u square. Is there any term here in the second
Yes,
expression?
sir.
So what
Yes,
is
sir.
the
Last expression, sir. 4x squared.
dou square phi by dou u square I am taking common. Then other remaining terms are 4x square from here.
Also common, sir.
Plus 4y square. Okay. Then what is the next term? If I take dou square phi by dou v square common, what is the remaining term? From here, it is 4y square, and from here it is 4x square. Now again, in between these two terms, what is the common?
4, sir.
4x square plus 4y square.
So that is 4x square plus 4y square into dou square phi by dou u square plus dou square phi by dou v, which is the required thing. Which is the required thing. Okay. So if the long question will come from this section, you will get one such type of question. One such type of question. You have to use the chain rule. You have to use the chain rule. Okay. So with this, the basic thing of this topic is over. Now we will consider these basic things: how to find the partial derivatives, okay, how to use the chain rule, how to use the concept of continuity, okay. All those things you will use for the proceeding topics, okay. And the proceeding topics are Taylor series, Taylor theorem. We will go to Taylor theorem and we will expand the function using Taylor theorem. Okay, then maxima, minima, and then Lagrange multiplier. All the topics are there. These are the 3 important topics. Okay, after that, in 3 of them, we will use this concept. What is partial derivative? How can we find the chain rule? And how can use that? Okay. So these are the things we will discuss in the next class. Let me see. Okay. Now you tell me, if you have any doubt here, you tell me now. You have any doubt, you tell me now.
No doubt, sir.
No doubt.
Everybody, what? Arnav,
Yes, sir.
do you have any question regarding this?
No, sir. Clear.
Okay. Anybody else who did not understand or want to repeat again? So all understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, very good. So please go through the PPT, whatever PPT I have uploaded. Okay. And you compare with the class thing, whether you are able to get something from the PPT or not, you try. Okay. And next, what I want to say is, in your section, everybody submitted the assignment.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So be online. I am checking the attendance.